What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Whoopi Goldberg is a very talented American actress. She is formerly known as Karen Elaine Johnson. She's an African American, but adopted Judaism. She's been part of the Judaism religion for some time. She is, I don't know if she's Orthodox, but I would believe that she probably is. And she's been a mainstay in the Jewish community as a Black Jew. She's worked for many networks owned by the Jewish community in the entertainment industry, have acted for many Jewish producers and such. But this comment got her suspended from The View for 2 weeks because she said that the Holocaust was not about race, when in fact the Holocaust, many of these people were European Jews. Okay, and it happened throughout the moments of Hitler. Many Jews were displaced. Poland, Germany, you name it, all across Europe. And this ignorance, and hopefully, if I'm saying it wrong, you will correct me. This ignorance really frustrated many of those in the European Jewish community, as well as those who are sympathetic to their plight. And she was suspended. And I want people to know that there are two things, all right, about what happened here. Number one, Whoopi Goldberg has been around this particular community for many years. Some of her friends are Jewish people. Her religion is that of many European Jewish people. My first question is, how stupid can you be to say something that offend the people who you number one work for, number two, people who share your same religion? How did you not know this? I'm Christian. I know not to say this. We all know not to say this. Okay? Everybody knows not to say this. I don't care if you don't even believe in God. You know not to say anything about the Holocaust. If you don't know anything about it, just shut up. We all know that. The same thing with people in certain protected groups in the LGBT community, certain things with women, whatever. We know that. But I believe that Whoopi Goldberg felt that because she is also a part of a protected group, she can get away with it. And see, one thing about playing games, you can do it with Black men. You can do it with certain other people who are, not nonchalant in their responses. You will not play that shit with the Jewish community. Nick Cannon found that out the hard way. And what happened? You got suspended. Next time, your ass is fired, and nobody will touch you in the industry. That's power. Now I know if somebody says, well, you know what? She's been, neglecting the Black community for some time. That's what she gets. I think we really need to look at the Jewish community. I'm not saying that people don't agree with, obviously I know with certain things and certain people, like certain folks don't like, hip hop and certain elements of things that happen with some Jewish producers. But one thing I like about them, if you disrespect them in any way, you got to pay. Okay. There is consequences for saying something against their community that is not either true or that they find offensive. Immediately you're punished. I want to bring you towards a podcast here I watch quite often. It's called Living El Chaim. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's just, all of these things about how, the way that Jews think, in marriage, in investing, in wealth, how organized their communities come. You just see how different that they move with respect to everybody else. And I wish that maybe as Blacks, we sit back and look at these people and the respect that they have for themselves and say, you know what? Why don't we implement some of these things? You even look at some of the groups in the Arab world, Qatari, Emirati, you know, these folks have respect for themselves. And when people fuck with them, there is absolute recourse. And Whoopi Goldberg, what I feel that she thought that, hey, you know what, I'm also a Jew too, so I can also say what I want to say about the Holocaust, even though the Holocaust didn't involve me. Which you shouldn't have been talking about that in the first place, because you are not Ashkenazi, you're not European. It's not for you to speak on because you're not a part of that. Individuals like them are speaking on slavery. Oh, slavery was not about race. And I know it's not the same thing, but I'm just giving an example. We would all be pissed off. Like, don't talk about that. Shut up. You're a Jew by religion, but also these people that died were Europeans and also a part of the religion. You're speaking on something that ain't got nothing to do with you. You believe based on faith. Leave it at that. But since you feel that you're close enough to talk about it, we're going to show you that you can't. Either you're going to say the right thing or you're going to say nothing at all. So boom, we're going to take away your employment. And you see how they control things, their investment, how they get into the industry, how they build their communities. They're so insulated and so tactical in how they approach everything. They don't just speak with their mouth. No, we have industry. You don't do something right in industry, it's power. That's why they're the most successful. If you look at it, why they're so rich and why they're so, because they understand how power works and when to use it and when not to use it. That's why they're successful. And for the people in the black community, and we are the quote unquote also, you know, protected groups, we have to also take heed. Because with black people, anybody that says something about us, well, you can't fire them, no. What company do you have that you can get rid of them? You don't have it. And until black people look at getting power for itself, achieving that as a collective, we're always going to have issues. And guess what? We're never going to be able to compete. Whoopi Goldberg found out the same way. If we have our communities, we can enforce this on our same people. You mess up, you do something, you're accountable to the group. They're forcing people to be accountable to the group. You cannot say this without punishment. Boom. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.